yourself and welcome to my channel. I'm doing much animal chocolate stuff. Yes, the background still hasn't changed. I'm sorry for that. I will try to fix it, but I have no time. Like I said, summer job, not really much of a time. In today's video, I'm going to speak about Shigatsu by Kimi, or else known as Your Lie on April. When it came out, a lot of people actually cried, or at least they told me that they did, and when I saw it 2 years later after it actually aired, I was like, oh, you cried? I was angry half of the point, and not because I hated the anime, I loved it, and because I loved it, I was so frustrated with what the characters did, and at the ending, I was not crying, I was shouting my lungs out. I was like, why? What they've done, the characters in this show were like, you could do so much more and you decide to do that? Like, seriously, why would you do that? Understandable, like, yeah, understandable, especially when some of the moves were made, the decisions, the letter, the whatever. I'm like, I get it, but still, you had no other way to do that. No other way to do that. Literally, you gave hopes to a man, and then you disappeared. Why? Who would do that? Who does that? And like you have understand, unfortunately this video is going to have spoilers on it, so if you haven't watched Your Lie on April, go first watch and then come back, because unfortunately in this video I'm going to say why I was angry for this show. The author of the manga or the light novel, I don't remember exactly what it is Arakawa Naoshi, and the anime aired at October 10, 2014, ending at March 20, 2015. It has to do about slice of life, drama, high school, sound and music. I think it's romance. The series revolves around the life of a young pianist who is Kousei, do not remember the last name. Kousei is a very prestigious young pianist, forced by his mother to be better and better. Of course, the mother was not always like that. At the beginning, when Kousei started to, learn piano, she was not that strict, but as time progressed and she fell ill because she wanted her son to have not a normal life, a life that he can actually be able to feed himself, to be able to, with the talent of piano, to be able to work and with no problems in life, because she wanted that. She decided to force him, and the more she forced him, the more the severe the punishments became, and the more punishment the severe became, the psychological of that child just down to the dumpster. The child, at the end of everything, just became a hollow human being, you could say. At the young age, and everyone that was at Kousei's age, of course, where we look at Kousei and say that that's a genius, that's a child that we cannot defeat or, bring down. And that was true. Kousei was indeed a very genius child with potential talent that could actually fly through the world if able, of course. But unfortunately, his mother dies. And because of his mother's death, he feels responsible. And because he feels responsible, he feels that his mother ghost haunts him. And because it haunts him, it makes him unable to listen to his own music. What he plays, he cannot listen it. And when you cannot actually listen to what you play, you cannot play, of course. He is in that slum, that block that he always had. And we see him pass his time with two of his friends, his child friend, the one that lived literally next door of his house. We have Tsubaki, and then we have Ryouta, who is, how do we call that nicely? Yes, a womanizer, or at least he tries to be. Tries, I repeat, tries to. They go to high school, and one time, Tsubaki wants to introduce to Ryouta a friend of her, Kaori. Of course, we see Kaori at the park with Kousei. She played an instrument and she called him pervert because she was in that high cliff thing that the children play and he was below, and because he was in that good position, she called him pervert because she thought that he is watching her panties, or at least that stuff. Yeah, it's a shonen. Of course, that scene would have happened at one point or another, of course. What? What did you expect? We see that Kaori is a violinist that rebels, literally. She does not play according to the sheets, she plays according to what she wants, to how she feels at that time. And because of that, she has trouble finding partners to play with. A violin cannot be played alone, it must be played alongside a piano. So she tries hard to persuade, Kousei to play with her. At the same time, she is dating Ryouta. Yes, Kaori asks Tsubaki to introduce her to Ryouta in order to date, but it seems they have more conversation with Kousei than she will ever have with Ryouta, and that is explained at the ending. This series was literally a roller coaster of emotions. For me, more was anger and frustration, and sometimes even sadness, but most of the emotion that I felt was literally anger and frustration. Everything could have changed. Yes, of course the outcome would have been the same, but at least Kousei might have been not that blocked out of his life. I do not know. I literally don't know what will happen if things were different. For example, let me get this straight. Our girl Kaori is a cancer patient and she will fight for her life, which she unfortunately will lose the fight with death and she will die. So we have Kaori, who at the beginning she was playing piano. Yes, and at one of the competitions that there were, she was competing against also Kousei and some other people, but she was so awestruck by how Kousei played that she decided to play alongside with him, not as a pianist, but as a violinist, because if there are two pianos, you really cannot play together. There must be another partner. So she decided to become a violinist, and one day she will play as a partner with Kousei. But later she found out that she has cancer, that Kousei has given up almost his life, and he dropped playing piano. And what she decided to do, our girl, is that, how will I get into contact with him again? Oh, I know how. Contact Tsubaki. But when she understood that Tsubaki is in love with her, she was like, okay, I want you to introduce me to Ryouta, that boy over there that acts a little too much. She does that in order to be closer with Kousei. See, there is another guy who she does not have any feelings for in order to be closer to Kousei, and she knows that if she asks Tsubaki to introduce her to Kousei, Tsubaki will not do it because Tsubaki is in love with Kousei, and fuck this shit. Like, literally, you understand what I mean. Anger all the way. You have a strange triangle here that's literally, we have Kousei who starts to have feelings for Kaori. Kaori has feelings for Kousei, but she does not want to say that because she will hurt Tsubaki, who Tsubaki has feelings for Kousei from his childhood. And yeah, what she decided Kaori to do is go with that boy. Yes, that makes sense, like perfect sense. And then one year she was together with Kousei. She literally tormented him into playing piano, brought back all the feelings of depression he had before. And yeah, okay, I understand, you broke the ice. That was a nice thing for you to do. But then you die. What a man is supposed to do after you die? What is purpose of life? Tell me. Okay, he continued to play piano, but what? Why? Literally, I could not understand it. I was like, you felt sad, but I felt frustrated watching that thing. Yes, I liked it, I loved it, but frustrating. If I would score it, I would score it an 8. Yes, okay, but so many things would have been different. What if Kaori first went to Kousei, say, you know what, I remember from a competition and I want to be your rival, but for that you have to become a pianist. Will not that work out? Why? We know that childhood friends do not win, so why is Tsubaki even in the picture? Why? Tsubaki for me was literally the character that blocked everything. She's the reason that Kaori did not go first with Kousei and she went with that guy, like, she made her road way too huge to actually end up with Kousei. Way too huge, and oh my god, does she need an Oscar for how she actually acted and how she faked her emotions. That needs an Oscar. You liked Kousei, you went with the other guy. Tsubaki for me was the character that was the block, literally the wall that could not make them move forward. Tsubaki was that. Yes, I can understand that Tsubaki is supposed to play the kind-hearted childhood friend, but no, Tsubaki was not my favorite character. And honestly, I did not want her to win. I did not want her. I wanted Kaori to win, but Kaori died. I think Tsubaki was a little happy when Kaori died because he was like, oh, my competition is gone. My own competition is gone. And of course, now that I've spoiled everything, yes, you can go watch Your Lie on April. I do not know if you are going to feel as frustrated, as angry as me. It was one of the few times that I was like, no, why? Why the hell is going on like this? I did not cry. I say this, I did not cry. At the time that I was supposed to be crying, I was hungry. I was like, no, that's not how it goes. This is stupid. This is not the correct way. At the beginning that I did not know anything, I was like, okay. I started to feel suspicious that Kaori indeed has feelings for Kousei, but since she persists that she doesn't, that means she doesn't. Right? That's how I felt and thought at that time. But then I was like, no, it seems that wrong. And all that time, Tsubaki did not make a move. Okay? Let's say that. A childhood friend, yes, I guess the childhood friend cannot really win, but let's be honest with ourselves. What did Tsubaki to Kousei? Did she help him? Yeah, maybe a little, but it seems that that help was not enough for him to break the ice and start playing again the piano. In total, even though I was angry, at the end, the whole series I very much enjoyed. It was wholesome. It had some great, roller coaster feelings. Yeah, it was enjoyable, honestly. If you are into drama and you feel that you're crying, yes, you're going to enjoy it. Maybe you are not going to be as angry as I, but you will be able to enjoy it. It's nice, art is nice, everything is nice about it. It's very nice. And this was the end of today's video. Am I going to rewatch it? No, I'm not going to go to whole that shit again. No, I'm not going to rewatch it. So yes, this was the end of today's video to Your Lie on April. Probably not the review you wanted to hear, like the best thing, the one that's going to make you cry. It made me feel angry. My honest opinion, many people will not agree with me, understandable. Tell me your opinions in the comments below, and if you like this video, please subscribe and like, and hopefully you guys, I will see you next time. Bye!